the days, Inez, you probably remember this all too well.
Yes.
Of carrying heavy backpacks.
Oh, yeah.
Inez is kind of on the short side, too. I bet she would. She
Yeah,
had a big backpack.
Yes.
Yes. Well, maybe those days are fading fast thanks to technology. Samsung has just come out with a new notebook that could help lighten the load for students, Inez included.
As opposed to me, Lurch. That's what they called me in sixth grade.
On.
So I was like, ugh. Anyway, it was easy for me to carry the backpack, but this would have been even better.
Yes.
Shelly Palmer is here to tell us all about
You've got
tech
a Samsung.
stuff.
Lurch?
Yeah,
Lurch?
seriously,
I
in
love
sixth
it.
grade.
That's
Thank you very
great.
much, all those kids down in my
Behold the Samsung Chromebook 2. This is the Chrome OS. It's a completely different approach to doing computing.
It looks nice.
It does look nice. It looks exactly like a laptop, but it's a Chromebook. And there's a big difference between a laptop PC and a Chromebook. This runs Google's Chrome OS, which is a browser-based operating system from Google.
Not Windows.
Not Windows. Right. Now, if you are a Google person, if you use Google Apps for Business, or if you use Gmail, and you know what Google Docs and Spreadsheets are, which is Google's version of the Microsoft Office, then you are perfect. You are the perfect candidate for a Chromebook. Chromebooks only work when there's Wi-Fi around. You have to be in school or in a business or in a lobby or someplace or in a hotspot where you have Wi-Fi access. Or you could
Can't work off network?
You can, but very limited. Right now, because we're in the studio and there's absolutely no Wi-Fi of value in here, I'm using my phone as a hotspot so that this will actually be alive while we speak, which you'd have to do if you were in a cab. But to be fair, you have to do that with a regular computer also. But in this case, this is a Wi-Fi only device. You can store, there's a little bit of local storage. If you could imagine what Samsung did, they took Google's operating system, the Chrome operating system, and they took a phone, and they basically said, if I turned a phone into a laptop and just connected it to a network, I'd have this wonderful computer that was only $399. Now, for $399...
That seems expensive.
Well, yeah, you could argue that
for what you can do with it.
Well, it's got a full-size keyboard, a really responsive touchpad, a 13-inch HD screen, plays YouTube beautifully. So it may seem expensive for, you know, a phone, but as computers go, there's an 11.5-inch model, or I'm sorry, 11.1-inch model I don't recommend. That's a little bit smaller than this. It's de minimisly smaller, and you get a lot less power, so the 13-inch is the way.
2 quick questions, if I could. Who, if anybody, do you recommend this for?
So, Shell.
and as Juliet points out, kind of expensive given that you can get a Wi-Fi only brand new iPad for $499.
And you can get a PC that runs Windows 8 for somewhere right in the $500 or less at Best Buy.
Why would you choose this then?
So there's a whole bunch of reasons you could choose this. The first and foremost, it's very light. It's only here you go. It's only a little bit, like ounces heavier than a MacBook Air. It is very well built. It's made of plastic, but it is very well built. And so it feels like a computer. It's got a full-size keyboard. There are reasons that you might want, if you're into the Google operating system, if you're really invested in Gmail, the way some people are invested in Apple, this is a fantastic choice. Is it the best computer to buy? No. The limitations of all Chromebooks, not just the Chromebook 2 from Samsung, limitations of all Chromebook is that you have to be online and you're in the Google OS. I have to say, though, there are hundreds of apps. For example, Adobe just made Photoshop available to students at a student rate that streams in exactly, it's always up to date. It's always the latest version of Photoshop. So you always have the latest apps. It's cloud-based. All your storage is in the cloud. So much of us do that anyway. Whether you think this is a good idea or not, you have to take a good look at it because it's a new way to do computing and you're not in the Windows operating system. And by the way, it's Google. It almost never crashes. No more blue screens of death.
Okay. Shelly Palmer. Interesting. I mean, it's another option out there.
It is a new option. And by the way, a good one, depending on your use case.
All right.
Okay.
Shelly, always pleasure.
Thank you.
Pleasure being here.
Busy time for you, so go back to sleep.
All right.